Yeah, very well.
Yeah.
It's the
and the month ending edition.
Of course. Thank you for joining us today. And Femi Ojo is my name, as you already know. And on the program, we look at headlines from our major dailies, and then we have conversations about issues of public importance. And exactly that is what we are going to do today. So if you're ready, we are. Good morning.
Okay, yes, if you're ready, we are ready, and we're moving straight to the newspaper headlines for today. We're beginning with the Daily Trust. We have fresh controversy trails IGP's tenure extension. Fresh controversy trails IGP's tenure extension. And the writers there, we have Showore insists Ebetokun stay illegal. Nothing wrong with his status, AGF Fabemi. Sacking top cop will save Nigeria embarrassment. Okay. And police council duly confirmed him, says FHQ. Police council duly confirmed him, says FHQ. Okay, this battle, I think it's more like battle between Showore and the IGP. And it's been going on for some days now. And, well, we'll leave that to whoever is in charge to take care of that, because anything concerning the force, I don't like getting involved. We have Hajj 2025. Low turnout as fair payment deadline ends today. Northern elders fault ex-NHIA boss's arrest as court remands Yusuf in EFCC custody. Northern elders fault ex-NHIA boss's arrest as court remands Yusuf in EFCC custody. And we have low crude supply Mars Naira for crude scheme. Low crude supply Mars Naira for crude scheme. The writer there, we have Dangote gets 61.290 barrel per day for March. That's against 380,000 barrel per day mandate. Residents attack firefighters, preventing them from scooping fuel. Okay. Now, what are we going to say about this? How can you attack firefighters trying to help your life? You're attacking them from stopping you from. There was a video I saw where they were scooping the fuel. Like, they were so comfortable, relaxed.
Right.
Naturally, if I see that kind of thing, the way I will run, I will disappear from that vicinity, because any ignition or any spark, everyone there is gone. And they were scooping it like it was raining. And now they are fighting firefighters. And we say that the government needs to do better. Now the government is trying, and the citizens. Now, what do we call this? Is it poverty? Is it greed? Or is it ignorance?
A blend of all.
A blend of all. I like that. It's actually a blend of all.
Yeah. But then we must continue to sensitize people. And maybe, just maybe, to make an example of a few. Actually, people will stand down on this matter to know that it's all about your life, because some persons are too reckless to stay alive. So you have to force them to stay alive, because it's not just about them and the problem they will cause. Any boom in that place will not only consume them, it will consume every houses around, every shops, every cars around. So if there is a tanker that has fallen, by the way, for whatever reason, and nobody is around the place is cordoned off. You know, one of our guests said there is a systemic issue as well, because people must turn up immediately. The first responders cordon off the place, make sure, force people to do what is right. And make example of a few. By the time you arrest them and you prosecute, people will have sense.
Yeah, I think actually,
and it's not just about
that part right now.
And it's not just about them. It's about the people that have collected contract as well, that won't execute the roads. That are causing issues for some of these tankers that they are falling. We'll look into that maybe in the course of the program as well. The reckless drivers, that some of them, they drive in a very terrible manner and they cause all these issues. And most of the times they get to run away. If you're not articulated vehicle, the tanker is attached to the small vehicle at the front. So most of the times the thing gets cut off. The driver, even if it falls, they manage to run away. Most of the times, and it cause problems. So it's a whole thing that we have to look into. But the people that have turned scooping of fuel
as a business
to be national cake, you have to just force people to do what is right.
I think actually what you said about prosecuting, I think we should actually start doing our part, because I don't even know what they want to use. Because how can you be fighting those, trying to prevent? These guys have been there, are set there, or were sent there to actually help.
To help the situation. And that's what people don't do sometimes. But then you see some of them that are emotional, maybe they are too angry or something. Some of them will say the firefighters, they didn't respond on time. And before they come, things will have gotten bad, or the firefighters are preventing them. All I know is the first responders, you do what is necessary. And if it's possible that you want to arrest people, make sure you arrest them.
Yeah, I think they should start doing that. And we have the top strip of the news. We'll have Akande, how I convinced Tinubu to run for president. Appeal court affirms IPOB as terrorist group. Okay. And the last story there this morning, we have democracy has come to stay in Nigeria, Abdul Salami. And that will be all on the Daily Trust this morning.
From the Daily Trust, we'll go to The Guardian for today. The Guardian newspaper. Mission 300 by 2030. Mission 300 by 2030. Optimism as West African cities get $50 billion lifeline, fresh bid for electricity. And we have some of the data here. Population said to double by 2050. That means possibly Africa will have 2.4 billion people by that time. Urbanization is increasing and demand for energy definitely is increasing. And then we have many things. Africa holds 60% of the world's most attractive solar resources. Is in Africa, of course, because it's obvious. And many things as well. And below that, we have 17 contractors received 2.4 billion naira, failed to execute project. Report reviews. 17 contractors received 2.4 billion naira and they have failed to execute project. That's coming from a report, and you see the picture of Dave Umai, the Minister of Works there. Federal government unveils $23.2 billion energy compact. Target $15.5 billion private investment. And just below that, again, Atiku fought Tinubu's harassment of Amaechi once of power cling. Atiku fought Tinubu's harassment as Amaechi. Okay, let me take that again. Atiku fought Tinubu's harassment as Amaechi once of power cling. Right, and tax reform bills. Lamido Galadima reopen anti-North rhetoric with inheritance tax. And Cardoso says Naira reverting to true value as confidence returns. Okay, get to see. Because I'm not sure we should be told only. It should be obvious. We should feel it. We should see it. It's not something to be explained. When progress is being explained, that means possibly we are not yet there.
At all.
Yeah, we should all see it. And appeal court affirms IPOP's prescription on ESN's 4th anniversary. Appeal Court has confirmed IPOB's proscription on ESN's 4th anniversary. So it stays that way. IPOB remains proscribed. When it means proscribed, that means an organization that's illegal. Yeah. That it is. And that will be all from The Guardian for today.
And we have the Nigerian Tribune. Presidency, El-Rufai trade words over governance, opposition. Presidency, El-Rufai trade words over governance, opposition. And the writers there, be ready to defend your vote, Amaechi tells Nigerians. Says politicians kill, maim to remain in power. We owe survival of our democracy to people's resilience, Abdul Salami. Okay, I think this particular gathering or this program they had, it was more like a program of leaders.
Yeah, it was.
And it was more like a forum or a platform for them to have discuss or air their views, because we'll be getting different talks. We have Nasser Rufai, we have Amaechi, we have Atiku Abdulsalami is now in the mix. Probably we'll still get more updates from other leaders that were there. Okay. And we have banks comply with court ruling lifting expert Mareva order against GHL. Appeal Court affirms order proscribing IPOB as terrorist group. Okay. Immigration intercepts 21 minors illegally taken out of Nigeria. Immigration intercepts 21 minors illegally taken out of Nigeria. That's what most persons actually fear when they hear of kidnap of minors, because sometimes they are not even in the country, especially when you don't get this ransom call that we need, you have to pay a certain amount. They just disappear for months, for years.
Just missing.
Yeah.
Without
at the tail end. Yeah. You find
and
out
some are even within, they take them from a to another state.
Another state.
For the highest bidders. Evil bidders.
Evil, yeah. We have Owa Ibajo. Court nullifies Adeleke's executive order on Famodu's removal. Okay. FIRS exceeded 2024 revenue target. Collected 21.6 trillion naira, says Adediji. And the writers there, we have agency gets 25.2 trillion target for 2025. FIRS most important agency now, finance minister. And we have a picture there. I have it as investment roundtable. From left, Managing Director, Nigerian Port Authority, Dr. Abubakar. Deputy Governor, Osun State, Prince Kola. Governor of Enugu State, Dr. Mba. Office, we have Deputy Chief of Staff to the President, Office of the Vice President, Senator Ibrahim, Minister of Trade and Investment, and a whole lot others. This was during the second existing foreign direct investors roundtable organized by PEBEC at the Presidential Villa. Labour proposes 5% increase, gears up for February 4 protest over telecom tariff hike. Labour proposes 5% increase, gears up for February 4 protest over telecom tariff hike. DSS grills Lagos lawmakers over Obasa's removal. DSS grills Lagos lawmakers over Obasa's removal. Lawmakers released after hours of interrogation. Okay, this is getting more interesting than we thought. We have FBN Holdings PLC delivers stellar financial performance. Profit increased to 9 trillion naira, up 142%. And we have gross earnings increased by 113% to 3.33 trillion naira for the unaudited financial year ended December 31, 2024. That will be all on the Nigerian Tribune this morning.
All right, we go to the Nigerian, the Punch, rather. The Punch. But before that, something happened in the U.S. yesterday, Washington, D.C. There was a plane crash, actually.
Yeah,
not just a crash, something that you would think you can only see in movies.
In movies, right?
It was to, an airplane, American Airlines airplane, with a military chopper collided in the air. These are things you will think, how can it happen? And it happened close to an airport. The military helicopter and American Airlines, also commercial line, collided mid-air, and it was terrible. It has been confirmed at least 67 people have died from that, and that happened in the United States of America. The point I'm making here is, it has been confirmed over and over. Life is fickle. Is fickle. Sure. The transient nature of life, and that accident can happen anywhere. Yeah. Even white people will be held responsible, and this and that. If that has happened, this is not a grandstand, but if this has happened in Congo, in Nigeria and Ghana, we know what the response will be. Oh, government, this, government, that. Because most of the times, people in government, let me use a Nigerian word, they know they try. Normal. We know that. That's a Nigerian expression, right? So people will always put that on there. But imagine that these happened in the US. Two planes, or chopper rather, and a commercial airplane collided mid-air, and it ended up in a very fatal way. 67 passengers on board the American Airlines regional jet and the U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter. So you're not just talking about a normal chopper. It's a military-grade Black Hawk helicopter collided. And I think 3 passengers in the helicopter, 67 in the other airlines, and almost all of them.
It also, some persons would say that it also brings to the fact that it's not always about, although we know that the government and the way the economy or the country is being run can contribute to some of these things, but sometimes some persons will say, it happened in America. That means no one is above mistake. No one is above certain things.
That's what I'm saying. That sometimes accidents happen.
Sure.
When you talk about US and you talk about aviation, you want to think safety should be paramount in all of those things. But then it has happened. And we're not even talking about what happened, what didn't happen, but that human lives have been lost. And almost all the world leaders have been sending their condolences, including our own president, President Bola Tinubu, because that was disastrous. Actually. Lastly, for today, the Punch newspaper, PDP crisis. Stakeholders demand Wike Bauchi governor truce as governors meet today. On the PDP crisis, stakeholders demand Wike Bauchi governor truce as governors meet today. If you've been following this story, there has been war of words, verbal attacks, back and forth, the two camps, and there is even another camp of the former speaker, Yakubu Dogara. So it's a triangle of attacks. Now, South Africa, Rwanda clash over DR Congo conflict. Is a lot going on on that axis. President Paul Kagame is really moving tough on those issues. The M23 rebels and all of those guys, their issues are happening, and it has resulted in deaths. You can see responders. In one of the inserts in the picture, some guys at the hospital, and in another insert of these images, you see the wreckage of some properties there. South Africa, Rwanda clash over DR Congo conflict, and it's President Paul Kagame is really, calling out South Africa, and he's ready for attack. By the way, he has a military background. So he was a general before he removed the toga. The camouflage is one guy that doesn't really send anybody the way we say it around here. Now, APC, PDP differ over Amichi's power-drunk politicians' comment. That's it. It's been a really political week, and of course, some of those
been a political week.
Some of those things have come from really the people we can call big guys, who are throwing their own party under the bus or opposition. Everybody has been collecting, the way we say it. The buzz has been everywhere. And APC, PDP differ over Amichi's power-drunk politicians' comment. And herdsmen kill 5 laborers on Ondo farm. Herdsmen, these will be killer herdsmen, kill 5 laborers on Ondo farm. And Lagos, and this is a situation that must be, taken care of very quickly. Because now, before you know what's happening, there will be reprisal.
Of course.
And then the reprisal might not even be on the perpetrators. The perpetrators might have run away. They might be far. But anybody that speaks like, that looks like, that appear like
a natural headsman,
they will vex all the anger on the person. And it's now there another attack, and it keeps going back and forth. And the perpetrators might not even be in the picture
around again.
Now, Lagos Assembly insists Obasan's removal legal. Lagos Assembly insists Obasan's removal legal as a DSS girls lawmakers. Right. Maybe it's not just about Obasa this time. And banks complied with court ruling on ex parte Mareva order, GHL. Top strip. We have domestic shortfall. NNPC marketers import 633 million liters of fuel. Shortfall domestically? Interesting. 67 dead as plane helicopter collide mid-air in the US. We said that earlier. And that will be all from the Punch and all from this morning headline segment. For my dailies, we take this quick break. And when we return, the program will continue. Thank God it's Friday.